Today we are attending the 21st International Shanghai Motor Show, one of the most important events in the automobile world. Let's check out what's interesting there.
That's for the first time ever. So let's go check it out and see how it all goes.
Lotus showed the new concept car. Everything I see here made mainly of carbon or plexiglass, and this is electric concept car, which I can decide, which I can understand from the rubber, which is marked elect. Looks like this. No idea about its specs, but looks very, very special. Extremely beautiful concept car from BMW. I think it's called Skytop. Interior looks actually like from a production car. Very close to a production car. It's kind of Targa or something. Yeah, it's called Skytop. And it should be a petrol one. Generally not so many new cars from BMW, several concept cars which are far from production. Traditionally for BMW they present some classic cars on the auto show. This one looks in amazing condition. German plates, registration plates. Also this concept car of a compact sedan, probably like Series 2 or something, also far from production. One of the last developments of BMW on which they've been working for several years, the color changing technology. But currently it looks like just a film with the availability of changing color, although there were a few concepts where the whole car could change the color. I could not miss filming this car. It's 320, old BMW Group 5. Looks like a completely authentic car, which is restored and looks amazing. And this is how the modern racing car from BMW looks like. This is probably a Le Mans racing. I'm not very familiar to all that, and it's like authentic car. Even some dirt still has, even the brakes with wearing signs and so on. Of course, it looks amazing. It looks like from another planet. Here the BMW art car. Yeah, some famous series of the arts for BMW. Currently we are at the new stand. They have a lot of models which have been produced for many years with some modifications. This is their new luxury ET9 model, which is competitor to Maybach, which has this magic suspension. Of course it's luxury and well-made car, and probably we will make a full review very soon. But what I'm really curious about is their new sub-brand, which is called Firefly. And a lot of people came here to check exactly this car, because this is a budget sub-brand from NIO. And this car has a lot of chances to take over the market, because NIO is cars of high quality, and they basically didn't have any budget cars until now. The space on the second row is quite okay. Interior is nice, and I think this car is like production car, very close to production, with a little bit weird lighting solutions, with 3 circle lights in front and 3 circle lights in rear. But I think this car has a lot of chances on the market. Actually, here are cars which are probably already production cars. We can check a little bit inside. It's plastic, this is Alcantara.
That's microfiber.
Microfiber, sorry, yeah. Pretty nice material and low floor level, which is nice for sure. I wonder if they have, okay, thanks. I wonder if they have enough space in trunk. Yeah, it's not so bad.
Have that part for like cruise.
Yeah.
Below here it says motors.
Okay, understand. Rear wheel drive, yes? Okay. Yeah, this car has a lot of chances on the market. Here already some sport prototypes. And here are some more production cars. They really paid a lot of attention to this model, because they probably understand that it may be great success in terms of marketing. New ET9 in this color looks amazing. By the way, we now have several cars in stock. Just look at this burgundy red color or something like that. Yes, extremely nice interior, extremely nice carpets. But how is it? We should make a test drive in the nearest future. Pretty weird concept car from Great Wall Motors. It's called iNest 4.0, and this is a huge SUV, which looks a little bit like Zeekr Mix, but much bigger, still have the steering wheel, but probably it's more aimed at autopiloting technology. Looks more like car for autopiloting, with a huge camera on this console, you see. CATL showed their helicopter taxi, but itself this taxi is not so remarkable because there are many drones and many quadrocopters which can fly. This particular can fly about 200 kilometers at speed of 200 kilometers per hour. But the most important that CATL invented the batteries with record effectiveness. It's about 500 watt-hours per kilogram, and currently in the automobile industry, even 230 watt-hours per kilogram is pretty good level. And now I would like to show you the battery which they present here. This battery was produced in 2018 and it could drive 786,000 kilometers, and still the state of health is 75%. I'm pretty sure that for today's battery it would be more than 80 or maybe even more than 90, but for that generation of the battery it's extremely nice. Huge stand from Momenta company. They supply full self-driving autopiloting solutions for BYD, for Mercedes and dozens of other car makers. Although my last experience with their autopilot system was not perfect on cheap Toyota and cheap BYD, but still I think they're developing very significantly. This is the brands they're working with. This is the new sedan from Nissan, from Dongfeng Nissan. It's full electric sedan, quite huge. It's like fixed caliper, fixed front caliper, which is nice. Car is very big, car has CarPlay, but from what I see, the floor level, as in most electric sedans, is quite high. Let me show it to you. Somewhere here I can open and show you. Yes, as you see, the floor level in my opinion is quite high, but the car is huge and probably will be extra good discounts for exports. So this car is potentially very interesting. Also, Nissan showed the new Frontier Pro. It's a hybrid pickup truck. This type of cars is now very popular in, for example, South America and some other markets where the BYD Shark is being sold. Car is definitely nice, practical, nice interior, and huge, with six bolts on each wheel hub, with a big bed. BYD brand is insane. They have several concept cars, but despite a lot of new cars coming out and very fast reaching the showrooms, they still have cars which I've never seen, like this C-Line 06 DMI, which is like a DM compact crossover, honestly even medium-sized. This is the new C-Line 07 DM, which is actually the old Frigate 07, but with a deep facelift, which can be equipped with drone system now, but this drone looks for me totally not actually matching the car. It looks like something very technological. The body is actually taken from Frigate. The other new car here, the C-Line 06 EV, also new car. Haven't seen it yet, and you cannot find it in showroom. And nevertheless, it's obviously a production car. And also they have very interesting estate car, which is called the Dolphin 06 DMI. And this is a typical European Golf Plus estate car. I guess it's aimed at European buyers. For me, it's quite obvious. I'm not sure in China someone will buy it in big quantities. The rest cars are not actually new. Some cars like this SEAL 06 GT is in very weird tuning. Several cars in this tuning. The updated SEAL right here, which has recently been updated with no major changes from appearance. This is the new Dolphin with some changes in appearance, but you already can find it in showrooms as well. And here we have the Tang L, which also hasn't changed except adding the God of Eye autopilot system. This is the Song Pro DMI. Here they show the platform, the charging, the new 5C charging for BYD. This is the This is the Tang L in some off-road, very weird tuning. But what I want to show you is this stand with actually Tang L, but with 5C charging technology, when the car can charge with power up to 1000 volts and 250 amperes. This is actually working technology which is in mass production. It's curious that they brought the UN up with the new God of I technology, so it's the last model year, but it's in light green color, which, as I know, stopped production, or maybe they produced it again. Recently I ordered the car in this color. And one more thing which you cannot order for now, but actually it's presented here, is the trailer hook for the BYD Tang L, which is not officially actually available to order. But maybe it will be certified and maybe it will be available later, because sometimes in China it's like this. Toyota is not giving up. They just presented the new BZ5. This is already the production car. It includes some sophisticated autopilot system. The car, in terms of design, actually I like extremely a lot. It looks very nice, but look, there is no any soft covering on the sides of the trunk. But nevertheless, the car looks nice, but because the body is quite low and the roof low, the floor is quite high. And also they've chosen the interior color, which will never be sold. It's pink. I have no idea who will buy pink, but nevertheless, some details are extremely nice, like this, for example. And also they have the new concept, which is literally just a concept car, which is Boji 7 or BZ7. They already don't know how to call their cars, actually, because first it was BZ, now it's Boji. This car is quite huge. It's about 5-meter length sedan car. Inside actually looks luxurious, but this car, I assume, is quite far from actual production. Just look how many people are interested in this concept car. Yeah, because the appearance is very nice. It is also a Toyota, but in China the Crown sub-brand is positioned very separately, and this was probably the only Japanese car which was mass-produced with V12. It's a luxury. I think it's the first time I see it in person. Beautiful car. This is the more new version of it, the modern. And also they have this new SUV. Looks quite monumental, but unfortunately the access to their exhibition is very much limited and I cannot even go there. But it was really nice to see this Century in person. Actually, according to the modern standards, it's not a big car at all. Lexus doesn't have many cars. This sport performance concept based on normal RZ 450 is actually right-hand drive, brought from somewhere, probably from Japan. And the new car is ES500, which looks quite nice, which have a little bit similar design with Toyota BZ5, which we have just seen. But I don't think the sales prospects in China are quite well. Nevertheless, it looks very nice. Dongfeng showed budget SUV, compact SUV, Nami 06. This is probably the top version. Its battery here is 52 kilowatt hours. Interior trim is quite nice. Its panel finishing is very nice. Also spacious second row, really spacious. But what I like most here is the tailgate, which is separated into two parts, like in a pickup. We can lock this part and then this part. It's quite rare solution for nowadays, and I personally like how it looks. Also, we have a huge niche under the false floor. That's how this car looks. I wonder what will be the selling price. Also, they offer detachable tents for this rear trunk solution, so it looks like that. Also, Dongfeng showed the new SUV of their M-Hero line. It's M817. This is probably not even a driving prototype, probably it's just a mold of the car, and it's much smaller than their older brother, the M917. Here we have it, one of the versions of this car, probably or factory tuning or some new version, which has the 4-wheel steering and air suspension. And basically this is not actually a very new model. It's been sold for at least several years. Actually this is M917, which is actually being produced for more than 2 years. And this is M917L, a longer wheelbase, a luxurious version. Now I got it same as they made the new U8 from Yangwang. Honda showed the new S7, which is produced by Dongfeng Honda joint venture, and at the same time they showed the P7, which is produced by Guangqi Honda, another joint venture. This is same car, just with different appearance. Here the appearance is much more classical. Here it's more aggressive, and the same in the rear part. And this time we have much bigger difference between the siblings from Honda compared to other cars such as ENS1 or ENP1. Here is very aggressive and square-shaped rear end, and here it's very traditional, like in the latest models from Honda, like in the Accord and so on. Also, Honda showed the not typical sports sedan EV car, which is called GT, and which has a like really funny rear door, which is very small glass. But the car itself is extremely beautiful, really beautiful car, and we have two versions which look not same, both called GT, and this one is for sure from GAC joint venture, and that one is for sure from Dongfeng joint venture. You see the front end is totally different, but the model name is exactly same, at least for now. Aito or Wenjie has its own stand, but also we have the stand for HIMA. This is the concern which is led by Huawei Technologies, which has Aito, which has Luxid, which has many other brands such as Stellata, for example. It's a huge stand. They also showed here the new M8 with these fantastic lights, but the most showstopper car is of course the new Maextra. Let's see it clearly. Here how it looks like. This is one of the most luxurious car on the market for today. Currently it's available for some far pre-order. You cannot see this car in person, you cannot drive it, you cannot touch it. Here how the front lights look like in the M8 from Aito. Here is the front logo. Yeah, the car impressive, the car is huge, it's more than 5.3 meters long for sure. It has very high roofline, very massive glasses. And of course, yes, it's impressive. It looks a little bit like the Maybach S57 from where they were, let's say, really Maybach. Chinese manufacturers have their own humor, and this is the copy of the Xiaomi SU7 Ultra, but based on the Aion UT cheap budget small compact hatchback. Of course, it's a kind of joke. This car will not be produced in this version at all. Kind of factory tuning for attention of the public. And here we have the Aion RT, the mid-size sedan, which probably will come to change the Aion S, which is already a little bit old model. I wonder if they made more space for the legroom for the rear passengers, but I think it's exactly same, and I think it's exactly same platform as the Aion S and Aion S Plus. And here we have the idea of personal quadrocopter taxi, which also based on the automobile chassis, and it looks like that from Aion. But as I see, just mock, and it cannot do anything except demonstration of the idea. As you see, it's electric because here we have the charging port, and here how it looks inside. This is the new Denza Sport concept, and on the contrary to young one U9, it at least doesn't look ugly. Actually, it's pretty beautiful. I have no idea if there will be mass production, but the car looks very serious. You cannot approach closer to this car. This is how the rear part looks. This is the young one U7, and actually compared to ET9 it doesn't impress at all, because ET9 is clearly a Maybach class, S-class car, and this looks more like an E-class, maybe a little bit bigger, but generally just an E-class with not very massive doors, not very massive rear part. Despite these are 21st inch wheels, and the floor level is not very high but not low as well. I'm looking forward to make a test drive of this car soon as well. Unfortunately, nothing new from say Volkswagen. The new ID.3 GTX, as I understand, it's a rear-wheel drive car, but with update specification, with bigger battery, about 80 kilowatt hours, and with acceleration from 0 to 100 in about 6 seconds. But as I know, it's still rear-wheel drive car. The normal ID.3, by the way, Europe has the four-wheel drive ID.3, but China doesn't have. And actually nothing else new. All the cars are just boring petrol cars, and the exhibition of say Volkswagen is about 4 times less than it was last year. 2 years ago. This is one of the most interesting cars, as for me personally, on this auto show, because this is the electric Audi, which is, as I know, based on the IM brand, which belongs to SAIC. This is also Audi SAIC, as you see. And this car, in my opinion, has a lot of chances in Chinese market. The form factor is same as Zeekr 001. The car is approximately same size. From some details, I think this is IM, because even the port is three-phase, for example. The car is a shooting brake, about 5 meters length. The design, in my opinion, is quite nice. I already checked the interior of this car, and I would like to show you a little bit if I have chance. The interior actually looks nice. The floor level is not too low, but not too high as well. R20 rims. And probably here is nothing actually from Audi, as I understand. As I understand, it's just IM rebadged and actually different body. Let me show you the interior very fast. It looks like this. Very high door seals. Yeah, nothing from a traditional Audi, to be honest. The optional camera mirrors. This is something new in design. Quite nice Bose audio system. I think this will be sold in China pretty okay. Basically, this whole pavilion is rented by SAIC company, Shanghai SAIC. We have the Buick, we have the Baojun, we have Wuling right here, Maxus, and of course SAIC Audi, and the Cadillac also is partnership with SAIC, and of course Rowi and MG in the first part of this pavilion. So for me was only Audi interesting and Volkswagen, but nothing really new they didn't show here. So probably I go to the next pavilion. This is something enormously amazing because it's the biggest electric car I have ever seen in my life. I mean passenger car, of course. This is the new Escalade IQ. This is extremely huge, and for just for reference, these tires are R24 tires. It's incredibly big car, and I wonder what is the battery here, because for normal use of this size car you will need at least 150 kWh. This called 1000 E4 Escalade IQ. Like that, this size impresses me a lot. Almost any car compared to it will look extremely small. The new Smart 5 Brabus. Actually, we all know this car is very similar in terms of technology to Zeekr 001. It's also Geely, but compared to Zeekr 001, this car is still have less power. It's only 646 horsepower, 800 volt platform, and of course 4-wheel drive. The space on the second row is literally enormous. Avatr brought their 06 model, which can be EV, can be also hybrid. They brought a lot of different versions in different colors and so on. And probably now it is the smallest sedan with air suspension on the market, which you can find, which you can buy. Unfortunately, I assume the trunk here I assume will be quite small, because the rear end of the car that is the second row of this car. It's actually pretty sufficient. And also they brought some two special versions, which is like Avatr 11 Royals Theatre and Avatr 12 Royals Theatre, with very special interior like that, which actually a bit difficult to show you right now, with two color body sham. And unfortunately, here like this it looks, as you see, still Royal Theatre. But unfortunately they didn't bring their Cabrio concept car, which would definitely be the showstopper at this auto show. This is extremely interesting, not the generally electric vehicle, because nobody actually now buys small sedans, at least in China, but this car is the all-new electric Mercedes-Benz platform, and it has the 900 volt platform actually. The actual voltage is 700 volts. This car produced in China, and we have this very special, very weird front panel, front dashboard. A lot of people interested in this new electric C CLA class. Let's check the second row, if it has some sufficient space. Well, from what I see, it's actually not so bad. Yet this front panel is really special. Here is not so bad, but of course it's not plenty of space, but the car is not big as well. As you see, it's already produced in China, Beijing. So, yeah, it's electric, right? So very soon we can find it in showrooms and maybe even make a test drive. As you see, also have the HUD. In my opinion, this is one of the most beautiful concept cars on the today's auto show. It's kind of Mercedes-Benz V-Class, but very, very luxurious, which is actually a good concept for China. And it looks literally exceptional. Just look at this. Something generally not typical. Look at this. Very, very nice. Quite important and beautiful premiere from Mazda is its 60, as I understand, built on some Chang'an Deepal SUV. Very interesting and beautiful interior. Quite not typical materials. Second row is not extremely big, and actually the backrest is very vertical, but nevertheless the car is extremely beautiful. Just look how it presents. I think quite nice. Also have different materials as well. Electric door handles and very nice. This is how it has the zero gravity seats. Very remarkable, this diffuser, front diffuser, probably for aerodynamics and maybe so that the windshield will be clean when driving. I think this car has quite big potential, especially for export. Well, not surprisingly, they have one more Audi stand. This is the Q6L e-tron Sportback. I'm not sure if it will be produced in China, but the normal Q6 e-tron probably will be produced. The size of the car is approximately like the old Audi e-tron 50. Quite nice dashboard. But this is just basic plastic, same as in Q4. Here, very nice ambient light. Here, the huge cluster of the steering of many things, and this is Bank & Olufsen audio. I hope the sales in China will be quite okay. Okay, it's itchy. So the Sportback will be produced as well in China, and we don't have the wind plate for the car, so we basically cannot understand which battery and motors are here. But generally the car is quite nice. I wonder if they have the three-phase slow port, which is pretty nice. The huge trunk with something under floor and including the subwoofer. So waiting for the retail prices because car is still not on the market, unfortunately. And they have the Q6L e-tron, which was supposed to enter the market last year, but still we don't have any prices, anything. This car is sibling to the car I've just shown to you, just different body type. The car is quite huge and everyone is waiting for the prices of this Audi. One more stand for Audi, and again E5 Sportback. Now a little bit different colors, silver with black roof, and this coffee with milk color, also with black roof, but these cars already not so easy to get any access. Nevertheless, as you see, they hope this will be sold fine because they used quite a lot of area for these models. And also I could not avoid this beautiful Audi Quattro from the 80s, which is actually a rally car, and or it is perfectly restored or it is genuine mint condition. Their second exhibition in this auto show. We have ID.6X, ID.6 Cross together. We have very special new color for ID.6 Cross. We have again together here ID Unix from the new model year ID.7. But all these cars basically not new. By the way, the ID Unix changed its name to something 06, no idea for what. But here we have the new concept from Volkswagen, which is ID.F, which is the huge electric SUV. Probably it will be one of the biggest on the market, and this is quite a loud debut of this concept. Look how big it is. It's bigger than Terramont. It already has interior, it already has working displays of multimedia and so on, and this one looks pretty nice. I wonder which battery will be here. This is a big question. One more concept, the medium-sized sedan, which looks awesome. It's ID Aura, and also we have ID Evo, which is a smaller SUV, which also looks in my opinion quite amazing. And this one is ID Unix, so probably it's their factory, which is Volkswagen Hongqiao. And probably the last video for today, the new Aito M8, which is actually very well sold for pre-orders. Such nice headlights here with diamonds, air suspension. The size is smaller than M9, but yeah, the space is actually quite enough. Basically, the style is very typical for Aito cars. very soon this car can be taken for test drive at most showrooms. That's how I try to present you the 21st Shanghai Motor Show, which held in 2025, compared to the previous Shanghai Motor Show, which took place 2 years ago. I think there were less European and Japanese brands, more Chinese cars, and of course I picked up several cars which I really would like to test drive and to review deeply in the nearest time, such as the new Mazda SUV, the new Zeekr 9X, and of course the BYD Tang L. I have to do the review in the nearest week. It's a pity that we didn't have the new crossover from Xiaomi, the YU7, presented at this auto show, despite many test drive cars, prototype cars, and testing mocks already being seen on the Shanghai roads for about 2 or 3 months. If you like this video, please push the like button, subscribe to my channel, and of course leave a comment how would you like to change, or maybe any suggestions and so on. My name was Dennis, and welcome to my channel next time.